Today we're talking about how you can stop reacting so quickly. How's it going, guys? Dr. Tank PharmD here, board-certified practicing medicine specialist and personal health coach, helping action takers like you take back control of their lives and emotional health so they can feel better and be better. And although I am a practicing medicine specialist, I'm not your specialist. So if you have any questions regarding your condition, please see your doctor. Don't forget to click like and subscribe so you get the latest updates on the newest videos. Let's get into it. So somebody asked me to do a favor for them, and I replied back asking about logistical questions. What I got back was a comment saying how I'm making everything difficult, why am I being a pain? And to that, I immediately wanted to respond. I wanted to reply back and say, you know what? You're an idiot. I'm helping you out, and now you're criticizing me. This would have been a quick reaction.
Emotional damage!
I was reacting this way because I felt like it was a threat to me. Some people could take this and overreact. Take, for example, in the first Karate Kid movie. You have the dojo master's students losing, and instead of just going home quietly, he walks out in the parking lot and starts to attack Mr. Miyagi. This is an overreaction, but this isn't far from what we see in real life. Let's say, for example, somebody's team loses in a sporting event. Instead of going home peacefully, some fans take it out on the other team's fans. It becomes violent because they feel like the team losing is an attack on them, personally. It's kind of ironic, really, because sometimes opposing teams have members who are very close friends. But ultimately, they felt like they were being attacked because their team lost, and thus, it was a hit to their identity. You could feel this as well. When your in-laws come in and they're criticizing you constantly by making snide remarks, you feel like as if you're being attacked and threatened. So you want to react to this. Or maybe your significant other complains that you never do something around the house. This feels like an attack on you personally, so you want to react. How do you know you're reacting to a situation then? Well, one way is if you feel like you have to defend yourself. So if they say you never help out around the house, you try to defend yourself by finding an exception to that. You tell them, well, I did this and this. Therefore, you prove them wrong. But it doesn't solve the issue. The issue is they didn't feel helped. And ultimately, when you react, you don't react to the problem. You react to how you feel. And that doesn't help solve the problem. Another way you could possibly react is you start attacking back at that person. In-laws make a snide remark about how you aren't good enough. You might feel the need to react back and say, well, they raised that person in this negative way. And although it attacks them, it doesn't solve the issue. It doesn't solve the issue that they feel you aren't good enough, and you feel like you aren't good enough. It's really hard to hold back from reacting to a situation, especially when you feel attacked. When I felt attacked by this text message, criticizing my personality, I had to hold back my reaction from attacking back or defending myself. Instead, what I did was I apologized. I said I'm sorry, I didn't communicate what I fully meant. Because I know my weakness is that I don't fully communicate very well over texts. I understood my flaws and I tried to explain myself. And then I offered my help in case she needed help again. Everything after that is out of my control. If she wants my help, she can have it. But I offered it, I apologized, and I made my case. That's the best I can do, and I don't regret what I did afterwards to make up for it. So when you see somebody overreacting very quickly or very violently, it's a sign that they aren't confident, that they have the ability to handle the situation. It's a reflection on the confidence they have of their ability. Because if they were confident in their abilities to handle situations or to figure things out, it wouldn't feel like they were being attacked, and therefore, they wouldn't feel like they'd have to overreact. Another thing people do, and another thing that I used to do, was to repress my emotions. Because if you repress your emotions and don't react to the situation, people don't take it the wrong way. People aren't offended because you aren't violently acting or swinging or yelling. But here's the thing, is when you do that, you repress your emotions and you put on a fake mask. You put on the mask of confidence in yourself. And like a fake smile, eventually it starts cracking. People are able to read fake emotions. People could tell when you're fake smiling. Just like people could tell when you're fake confident. When you repress your emotions, you put on a mask. And that mask cracks, eventually. You don't deal with the issues and you don't handle the situation. You're just avoiding things instead of confronting them. You're confident in your ability to handle your emotions in the moment, but you're not confident that you'd be able to solve the situation. You're not confident in your abilities to handle things properly. You just avoid it. There's a philosophy in Stoicism that is very helpful here. It says that you'll be okay no matter what. In other words, your emotions shouldn't dictate how you feel forever. It's only happening in the moment that your emotions are taking over. You'll be okay afterwards. You have the tools to handle things, or you could learn how to handle them. If you're empowered with that knowledge, it makes you confident in your abilities, and therefore you won't overreact to situations. You won't overreact to people outside. You won't overreact to people's comments about you. You won't overreact to things people say, because their reality is not your reality. You'll be okay no matter what. So if you're feeling triggered, it's all internal because that emotion is coming from within. You'll be okay because everything on the outside is out of your control, but whatever's inside is under your control. And as long as you have the ability to handle that, and the confidence and the tools to be able to learn how, you'll be okay as well. It's okay to react to a situation. What's not okay is overreacting and acting out physically on them. That's why it's so important to understand how your emotions act when you feel anger, when you feel afraid, when you feel anxious. Get your emotional map of how they function in the free PDF link down below. I also have a new mini e-course available for an introductory price until the end of this month that explains how that emotional map works and what you can do to take back control of your emotions when you're in the moment, when you're afraid, when you're angry, when you're depressed, or when you're anxious. And it's only available with that introductory price until the end of this month. What do you guys think? How do you guys get triggered? Let me know in the comments down below. And if this video has been helpful to you, please send it to 5 people who you think could use this. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and until next time guys, be healthy.